Yoga-Jasmin, and today we're going to do a beginner-friendly yoga flow. It's for all levels, but this flow is more designed for yoga beginners. So I hope you enjoy it and hope to see you more often. So bring the feet as wide as the hip, shoulders away from your ears, arms beside your body, navel slightly tucked in, ribcage closed, and then gaze forward or close your eyes, and then take a moment here to arrive. Both feet are hip width apart, equally grounded into the mat. Root to rise from the toes to your head. Take a deep breath in and let it out through your mouth. Take another deep breath in and let it out. And then let the breath flow naturally in and out through the nose. Take another deep breath. You can set an intention for today's class. For me, it always helps to focus on your breath. On our next inhalation, we reach the arms up and start open your eyes. And with the exhalation, forward fold. You can bend your knees, bring the hands down to the ground, and then shake your head a little bit. Next inhalation, lengthen your spine. You can place your hands on your shin. So you want to have a long spine gazing forward. Exhale, plant your hands down on the floor under your shoulders and step back to high plank. So hands under your shoulders, one line from your head to your toes. You don't want to bring the hip up too high and you don't want to go too deep. So you want to really press the floor away, engage your core and have a stable plank position. From here you can lower down your knees, hug your elbows in and lower down the chest to the ground. Inhale, baby cobra, so you want to halfway up. All the strength is coming from your back. The exhalation, you lower down and over your knees to downward facing dog. It's your first downward facing dog, so you can bend one knee and then the other. And then slowly come to stillness. So the feet are hip width apart. To elongate your spine a little bit more, you can always bend your knees. Spread your fingers, circle out the bicep and shoulders away from your ears. And you want to tuck your ears in between your arms. Take another deep breath here. From here, you look in between your hands, you step your right foot in between your hands, lower down the left knee, untug your toes. The inhalation, reach the arms up, palms facing each other, and then bounce a little bit forward and back. And then lean into that hip flexor stretch on the left side. Shoulders up to your ears to gain a little bit more length. And then take a deep breath here. Your exhalation, you plant your hands down on the floor and then step your right foot back to plank. Lower down the knees, Lower down the chest to the ground. Inhale, cobra or baby cobra. Over the knees, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here. Look in between your hands, step the left foot in between your hands, lower down the right knee and tuck your toes. Inhale, reach the arms up and start bouncing. And then lean into it. Take a deep breath here. With the exhalation, plant your hands, step back to high plank. Lower down the knees, lower down the chest. Inhale, cobra or baby cobra. Downward facing dog. Take 3 deep breaths here. You really push the tailbone as high as possible, pressing the heels into the mat. They don't have to touch the mat. And then take another deep breath here. Look in between your hands, step to the top of the mat. Lengthen your spine, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, reach the arms up, all the way up. The exhalation, hands in front of your heart center. And then find mountain pose, Tadasana. Take a deep breath here. On your next inhalation, reach the arms up and then find your way into chair pose. You want to sit down as low as possible. And then all the weight is in your heels. You can even lift your toes. Rib cage are closed, navel slightly tucked in, and arms are shoulder wide apart. Take another deep breath here. With your exhalation, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to high plank. You can do what we did before with the knees down, or if Chaturanga is in your practice, you can hug your knees in, lower halfway down, shift your weight forward, flip your toes and push yourself up into upward facing dog. Shoulders away from your ears. Draw the shoulder blades together and then look up. With the exhalation, downward facing dog. One breath here. Looking between your hands. Step the right foot in between your hands, lower down the left heel into 45 degrees and come all the way up into warrior one. The front leg is bent, the hips are looking to the front, shoulders away from your ears. You can choose between arms shoulder wide apart or palms facing each other. Take another deep breath here. The exhalation, plant your hands down, step back, and then you can choose to flow through your vinyasa, either way through chaturanga or through the knees. Upward facing dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Take another deep breath here. Looking between your hands, step the left foot in between your hands, lower down the right heel and all the way up into warrior one. Take another deep breath here. The exhalation, plant your hands down on the floor, step back and then flow through your vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Stay here, 3 deep breaths. Spread your fingers. Press the heels into the mat, tailbone high. Looking between your hands, step to the top of the mat. Lengthen your spine, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms up, bend your knees and find chair pose. Maybe lower down a little bit more. And your inhalation all the way up. Exhale, hands down by your side. And then take another deep breath here, shoulders away from your ears. On our inhalation, we reach the arms up. We bend our knees, chair pose again. Bring your hands in front of your heart center. Left elbow on top of the right leg, and then twist to the side. Look that both knees are in one line, and then press the palms together, then look up to the sky. Bring your hands in front of your heart center. Lower down, forward fold, step back to high plank. And then flow through your Vinyasa variation. Downward facing dog. Looking between your hands, step the right foot in between your hands, lower down the left foot, left heel, open up the hip warrior two. So this time the hip is to the side, arms front and back, and then bend your right leg a little bit more. You want to stay up with your body over your hips. Bring the left hand to the right hip and then lean back. Come back to warrior two. Turn your hip to the front, lift your left heel, and then bend the front leg a little bit more. Arms up to the sky. High lunge. Bring the hands beside your body. You can even place your hands on your hip and then step a little bit closer. Put the heel down to the ground, extend your front leg, and then with a long spine, lean forward over your right leg. Stay here, hold the breath. And come all the way up. Release the hands and then step to the top. Find your Tadasana, shoulders away from your ears. Take another deep breath here. On our inhalation, we reach the arms up. We bend our knees and we bring the hands in front of the heart center. Then we twist over to the left side, elbow on top of the left. And then really pressing the palms into each other. Check your knees. And then look up to the sky. And then come back to center. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine, look forward. The exhalation, plant your hands, step back to high plank. And then flow through your Vinyasa. Downward facing dog. And a breath here. Look in between your hands. Step the left foot in between your hands. Lower down the right heel. Open the hip up. And then find warrior two. Look to your left middle finger. Bring the right hand on the left hip. And then lean back, reverse. Lengthen from your arm. With the exhalation, warrior two. And then turn the hip, lift your right heel, and bend the front leg. Bring the hands down by your side and make a step closer to the top. Extend your front leg, bring the hands on your hip, and then lean forward. Hold it here, a breath. And then come all the way up. release, and step to the top of the mat. Shoulders away from your ears. Tadasana, take a breath here. From here we want to go into tree pose. So you can bend your right knee, turn the hip to the outside, and then place your foot either way on your calf, on the side, inside of your calf, or on your inner thighs. And from here, turn the knee a little bit more to the side, elongate your spine, and with the inhalation, reach the arms up. Palms touching each other. And gain a little bit more length. Hold it here. A deep breath. And release first the hands down. And then release the foot. Turn your knee inwards and then step down. Go for the other side. You can just take one breath here in Tadasana. Bend your left knee. Turn the hip and the knee to the outside. And then place your foot, new variation, on the inside of your calf or on the inside of your inner thighs. Inhalation, arms up, palms touching. Gain length. Push the knee a little bit more to the left side. Hold it here. Then release. Remove the foot. Turn your knee and then bring your foot down. Find your mountain pose, Tadasana. Shoulders away from your ears. Take a deep breath here. Now our next inhalation, we reach the arms up, we lengthen. With the exhalation, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine, look forward. The exhalation, plant your hands, step back to high plank. Lower down the knees, hug your elbows in, lower down the chest. And we come up for baby cobra for 3. Exhale, lower down, come up for 2. We lower down, and 1 more, come up. Remove the hands from the floor and hold it here with your back strength. The exhalation, lower down, tuck your toes over the knees to downward facing dog. Hello. And then slowly lower down the knees, untuck your toes, and sit on your heels. Walk your hands back and find kneeling. So we can sit on your heels. If you want, you can always place a block in between your knees. Just sit down. Shoulders away from your ears. With our inhalation, we reach the arms up, we lengthen. And with the exhalation, we go for the right side, a small twist. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, we go to the other side, left side, small twist. Inhale, bring the arms up. And with the exhalation, hands in front of your heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up again. And then bend your right elbow and grab it with the left hand. Pull your arm a little bit more up and down. And if you like, you can go for the left side with your head. One more deep breath here. And then release. Bring the arms up. And we go for the other side. Bend the left elbow, grab it. And then take a deep inhale. Look to the right side. Turn the head back to center. Release. Hands down. Remove the block if you sit on a one. And then drop your hip to one side and then the other. Extend your legs to the front. Go for Paschimottanasana, forward fold. And bring the flesh away from your glutes. Big toes touching, heels touching. The inhalation, we reach the arms up, we lengthen. And with the exhalation, we go forward with a long, long, long spine. And then you can grab whatever you can grab. The most important thing is that you keep a long spine. And you can work with your breath. So inhale, lengthen a little bit more. And with the exhalation, forward fold. Always maintain the length in your spine. Go for another deep breath. And then lengthen your spine. Inhale, bring the arms up and with a long spine. Come back. Exhale, hands down by your side. You can bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet on the mat. And if it's possible, you can lower down into Shavasana. Sorry, little kitty. No. Arms in Shavasana. We want to bring the legs as wide as the mat. Palms facing up. And here, just focus on your breath. Take deep inhalations and exhalations. Shavasana or corpse pose, we want to relax everything. And we want to just calm the mind. Can stay here as long as you like. Can expand your belly, deepen your breath again. Bring movement into the body, wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers. Make the movement bigger, rolling ankles and wrists. Bring the arms over your head for a deep, deep stretch. And hug your knees into your chest. Rock a little bit from side to side. And then drop your knees to the right side in the fetal position. You want to take here another deep breath. And then with the inhalation, come all the way up into seated. You can place your hands on your knees, shoulders away from your ears. And take a deep breath in and let it out. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you liked it, and we're gonna see us more often. Namaste.